Hey YouTube, so today I'm going to be showing you the simple method I use to increase my food and water preps. So before, what I used to do was I would just, every time I went to the store, I would get the things to replace what I'd eaten plus one or two more things, and that worked pretty good for a while, but I wasn't really good at keeping track of what I'd been eating, and so eventually over time my stashes would kind of dwindle and then increase again, especially if you don't go to the store a lot. If you're using that method, depending where you're at in the cycle, you might have a lot less food stored sometimes, and you might have a lot more at other times. And so I came up with this new method that's been working pretty well for me. I've been doing it for a few months, and this is just what you see in front of you is just a small representation of what I have stored. So basically what I do is every time I go to the grocery store, which is typically about once a week, I just spend $2 extra and I buy some kind of non-perishable food and then some water. And sometimes it's like these Ozarka bottles in front of you, which I think they're a gallon, and you can get those for like $1 at Walmart. And sometimes I do like the Great Value water bottles, which you can get a whole case of those for around $1. So what you want to do is basically, food-wise, just get stuff that you already eat, that you like, that lasts for a long time. All this stuff is stuff I regularly eat, so every once in a while, once that's been sitting in storage for a while, I'll rotate it out with stuff that is in my pantry, and I'll go ahead and eat this and replace it with something else. But basically, if you use this method, you'll see that your food and water storage increases very quickly, and as long as you put this food away somewhere where it's not just mixed in with the rest of your pantry, you're not going to be eating it, and you're going to see your stash increase. And then something else I just want to mention, so you want to have food for the most part that has at least some nutritional value. None of this stuff is really great for you, but like the tuna and sardines have protein. All of that has protein actually, besides really the ramen. But at least has some stuff that's good for you. It's all a little bit high in salt. Now for the ramen, it's super cheap and you get a lot of it, but it really has no nutritional value. So I wouldn't recommend getting these too often. But one thing that they're good for is if people are, knocking on doors and trying to get food from people. Instead of just saying like, no, I don't have anything or whatever, you can just give them a few boxes of this, and you're not really out of luck that much food. And then you're at least being generous, and if you're willing to give up something, then it's less likely that they're gonna come into your house and steal everything you have. Which I know for most of you that just means a situation where you'd be shooting someone, and it would for me too, but you don't want to be put in that situation if you don't have to. And it doesn't hurt to help people out a little bit, especially when something just non-consequential like ramen. So yeah, that's about it for today. Thanks.